Welcome to the Net Zero Regenerative Farm Project. I'm your host, Bob King. Thank you for taking the time to view my video, and please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to click on the subscribe button and the bell icon below this video to receive notification when the next video in this series is released. Net Zero Regenerative Farms Project, Farm Product Identification and Selection, Cattle Products. Cattle Products Introduction and Overview. Raising cattle is a large revenue-generating stream for the farm. This presentation will cover what products can be derived from cattle from nose to tail. Identifying possible cattle products is an important step in maximizing revenue from cattle. This evaluation process needs to be done on a regular basis as changes in technology, processing techniques, environmental conditions, and customer tastes all change the products possible from cattle and the revenue possibilities. This overview starts with the high-level breakdown of the cattle types being used, then gradually refines the products from the whole animal down to the different parts possible from processing procedures. This overview also covers value-added processing products derived from taking the cattle products already processed and doing further processing by adding other ingredients and further processing steps to create new products. This will not cover whether you could or should use these products, or the sale processes, profitability, or detailed processing steps. Those details will be covered in the marketing and other separate project plans presentations that follow. This will not cover the selection of different breeds or sizes, as that also will be covered in other separate project plan presentations that follow. Cattle types covered: beef heifer, beef cow, steer, bull, yearlings, dairy cow, calves, weanlings. Direct sale of whole animal includes beef heifer, an open heifer and a bred heifer, beef cow, an open cow and a bred cow, steer, bull, yearlings, dairy cows, calves, heifer calves, and steer calves. Cattle processing dynamics is an overview of the processing losses. Dr. Christopher Rains, former animal science professor, describes the average percentage of yield in the butchering process for beef. The average dressing percentage loss in weight for cattle is about 60% to 62%. Here's a loss example. A live weight of 1,312 pounds at a dressing loss of 60%. The carcass weight back after dressing is 787 pounds. For processing cuts, expect bone and beef losses of no more than 65 to 70% of the carcass weight back as meat. And for boneless processing, expect processing loss of no more than 55% to 60% of the carcass back as meat. For example, carcass weight of 787 pounds from dressed beef. At a loss of 70%, the bone-in weight back after processing would be 551 pounds. At a loss of 60%, the boneless weight back after processing would be 472 pounds. The cattle processing sections. primal cuts, side of beef, forequarter, hind quarter. The sub-primal cuts are food service cuts and retail cuts. The cattle processing cut locations are seen in the attached diagram. Chuck area, brisket area, shank area, rib area, that was foreshank in the rib area, plate area, short loin area, flank area, sirloin area, tenderloin area, bottom sirloin area, round area, and rear shank area. Beef processing retail chuck cuts are chuck cut products of blade chuck roast, cross rib chuck roast, blade chuck steak, shoulder roast, 7-bone chuck roast, shoulder steak, chuck center roast, ranch steak, chuck center steak, be continued. Chuck cut products continued are flat iron steak, Denver steak, top blade steak, chuck eye roast, petite tender roast, chuck eye steak, petite tender medallions, country style steak, short ribs, bone in. The processing of the retail rib cuts are ribeye roast, bone in, ribeye steak, bone in, back ribs, ribeye roast, boneless, ribeye steak, boneless, ribeye cap steak, ribeye petite roast, ribeye fillet. The retail loin cuts are loin cut products as porterhouse steak, T-bone steak, strip steak bone in, strip steak boneless, strip petite roast, strip fillet, tenderloin roast, tenderloin fillet. The retail sirloin cuts are top sirloin steak, top sirloin roast, top sirloin fillet, cowlet steak, cowlet roast, tri-tip roast, tri-tip steak, petite sirloin steak, sirloin bavette. The retail round cuts are top round steak, bottom round roast, bottom round steak, bottom round rump roast, eye of round roast, eye of round steak. The brisket cuts are brisket flat, brisket point. The retail plate and flank cuts are skirt steak, flank steak, short ribs, bone in. And the other processing cuts are miscellaneous cuts as kebabs, strips, cube steak, stew meat, foreshank, hind shank, ground beef. The retail organ offal cuts are starting due to federal health regulations, brain, nerve tissue, and spinal cord products will not be considered in this overview. Testicles, tongue, sweetbreads, heart, honeycomb tripe, flat tripe, continued, spleen, liver, Bible tripe, kidney, uterus, large intestine, small intestine, foot, tendon. The other value-added products are sausage, and there are a number of sausages. We're only going to list a couple of examples here. Liverwurst, Braunschweiger, hot dogs, salami, and then there are hamburger patties, and then there are beef broth, beef bone broth, beef jerky, gelatin, and dog food. Cattle processing byproducts are bones, horns, and hooves, hide and hair. The dairy cow normal products are milk, cream, curds, butterfat, butter, and ghee, and whey. The value-added products from dairy cows are cheese, yogurt, kefir, sour cream, ice cream, buttermilk, cream cheese. And that's the end of the farm product identification and selection of cattle products. Thank you for taking the time to view my video, and please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to click on the subscribe button and the bell icon below this video to receive notification when the next video in this series is released.